All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Sitting around Friday morning. I will be doing a live today. I got a special guest that's going to be hanging out with me for a couple days. Uh, and just chilling, right? Was watching a little bit of Delphi and everything, and the whole situation in Delphi. I mean, it's flabbergasting to see. It's like a lead balloon. It's like the Zeppelin going down. But uh, it is a beautiful morning, but man, it was chilly this morning. I woke up, there was frost on the ground, on the windshield. I got up somewhere around 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting ready to put another patch on. I did have a couple cigarettes. Um, but other than that, I've been eating like crazy. 2, 3 days without a cigarette. I can't believe it. Eating like, I don't know if it's because I'm taking these probiotic pills to help me digest food, or me just quitting smoking the past couple of days. I've just been eating everything in sight, end up being fat again. But the whole Delphi thing is just phenomenal. Too many players in it. We need to see. Uh, we need to hear the rest of the recording. We need to see the video, or at least we need to take cuts of the voices. But then again, we don't know because we're not seeing the audio in its original form, put through a decibel, where you can see the good morning this account, where you can see the actual uh, sound data. Oh, I don't know how long this is going to last, this account. Like I said, I'm trying my best. Couple days no smoking, then I go and smoke, and then a couple days without smoking. So we'll see. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, I guess. But where was I? Yes, Delphi. Um, we can't see that recording in digital form in the recording, so we can look at it and say, okay, what we're hearing from what was released was edited, and was it edited from the police, or was it edited meaning it was created by somebody and implanted on the phone? I mean, there's a lot of, and people are saying, well, that's just crazy. You can't do that. I keep telling people, if you can take data off of a device, you can also put corrupted data on that device or manipulate that device to make it look like something that it wasn't. Very interesting. The reports of the girl's phone, one of the girl's phone pinging real late at night in that area. Now, whether it pinged earlier that day and they just got the word that night at 2 o'clock in the morning, and then they put it out that the girl's phone, there was a thing there that was very fishy. But we were all led to believe that the phone did ping late at night, meaning uh, either, well, they didn't even. Is it possible to turn a phone on that is dead? Now, we know the family said that they continued to call the phone, but there was no answer, right? And then finally, there was nothing. Now, was the phone dead or was it shut off? Therefore, did they try a new technology that we have where they sent a ping to it and power? Can they fire up that phone from a signal? Well, I can't reveal that. It's possible they did something like that. I would suggest probably, or I would think, that someone tried to power the phone up and either the battery was dead or somebody turned the phone on. Possibly they had the phone or found the phone there. You have to remember the crime scene was contaminated and trampled on that night from 5:30 to 6 o'clock, or after 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock at night. There was people all over that place looking for the girls. Supposedly they were never found. What we heard. Now you have to remember this is in February. There is a time change, and depending on that day, which I'm out here, I remember that day. It was warm. It was in the 50s, but there was a wind, so it was still chilly out. Right? It was still chilly out. It was February. We did have a lot of snow. It melted off. Everything, all the water and everything runs down south to all them rivers and everything. So we don't know. Could somebody do something like this? Yes, a good programmer or somebody that knows how to manipulate phones or create stuff could do something like that and make it look like it was something other than what it was. The Snapchat photos, you don't know when they were taken or uploaded, right? We got so many people in here trying to say that it was a cover up, whatever. Well, the whole thing might be that photo that we're seeing the bridge might not even been of that day, right? It could have been photoshopped, whatever they call it, edited, and Abby was placed there. You have to look at the shadows on Bridge Guy. He's walking into the sun because the shadow is casting behind him somewhat. So it was before noon or 1 o'clock, right? High noon, the sun's directly over your head, right? So say 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock is when that you're going to start getting a shadow that casts the other way in front of. See, if the sun was behind Bridge Guy, the shadows would have been casting forward, but they weren't. They were casted backwards. And we've seen that also in the Gabby Petito case when the van door closed. And that's when we believe Brian was getting rid of the body of Gabby Petito. But here's the thing: where he had the car parked or the van parked, it also was casting shadows on the trees because the sun was behind the trees, casting shadows forward. So it looked like it was a shadow on the van back door when he was closing it, right? But it wasn't. It was him closing the door. It wasn't a shadow of a tree. You have to take that in consideration. You have to take in consideration what the police said. The people on the recording might not even be the guy on the bridge. And the guy on the bridge might not be the guys on the recording. Right? You have to take in consideration Keegan Kline, all these guys, Kurtz, even Brad Holder and Jesse. What if it's what they were saying before even Delphi occurred? There was a ring down there, some kind of a club gang ring, whatever. You have to take that into consideration, and you have to take in consideration the 30 or 23 or whatever, 33 or something other people that are either missing or dead down there. So could it have been this big ring? I don't know. Now, this Odin stuff, do I think these guys belong to this big Odin thing that we see on YouTube or whatever? They're all dressed in Viking stuff and all this and that. Maybe at one time, but I think these, if it was anything to do with that, it was made to look like that by somebody or some people. You know, and a lot of people are pissed about this, but you have to take in consideration of what was going on around the family at that time, folks, and the history of the family before the murders. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, and that is why this case is very fishy, because they don't want to release certain things. People start looking into it, and the next thing you know, we're getting attacked. So that's very fishy. This is the first case where actually the sheriff's department is a suspect. Right? Toby, whatever the one sheriff is, he was a suspect in this case. In the beginning of this case, the sheriff of Indiana was a suspect. This is, what I think is, there was a bunch of guys that either wanted to be Odins or wanted to be criminal investigators or big shots, and possibly they had a grudge and created this whole madness, or possibly, just like everyone else and me, think that it was this ring. The girls got wrapped up into something, and these dudes or whatever, this one guy or possibly many, did bad things, folks. Um, and it's sad. It really is sad, because it's turned into a zoo. And now, with all the mistakes and everything, unless they have proof, and they can come out, show the people, this is what happened. Here's the proof. Here's the data. Here's all the uh, DNA tests, if they have any. Uh, but now, can you even trust what they say? Because now you have a YouTuber on YouTube claiming that he has family within this police force that's investigating this, and that he has family that works for the labs in Delphi. Was this whole thing made to look like something it wasn't? I mean, I'm not saying that's what it is, but it looks very possible that somebody deliberately obstructed justice. And could these people be charged with obstruction of justice, even though they weren't there? But with all the havoc that they created on YouTube with the photos and all this stuff and information on the case that nobody had, we didn't know what was going on when these guys came out and said we're talking about sticks and drawings on the bodies and the trees. Do we really know if that's true? No, because we have not seen the full, actual, real live photos. So we have no idea. These people could have got the real photos and created this whole stick thing. We don't know. We will know in court. That's when we will find out. Hopefully it's televised so we can see the truth. Now, if you ask me, what do them sticks look like across the body of the girls? Well, if it is the way that they were showing some of these people, it looks like a barbecue spigot from back in ancient days. Right? You got the two legs that come out like a tripod. You got on the other side, you got two legs that come out like a tripod. What do you got in the middle of that? A giant rotisserie stick. Now, what do I see in that? Well, someone was sending a message, right? They cooked the pig. They roasted the pig. Somebody ratted, or somebody did something. And it was a pig roasting, right? But other people say, well, it's this rogues or whatever it is, this stuff. I don't know. People see things different. It might be, but to me, it looks like what they used back in medieval times to roast pigs. Uh, but like I said, I'm no professional. I'm just going by what we know, right? We do know that one of the family members was supposedly turned state evidence in a meth ring or something like that, or some kind of biker thing or something. Or so that's what I see. But other people, well, they see this rope. It's this witchery, sorcery stuff, which is probably real. I'm not saying it's not. I'll tell you what. I'm starting to think it is real because that would explain why this country is in such havoc and all of our lives have been turned upside down. And the only thing we can do is pray to God. So you got a lot of stuff going on in Delphi, and nobody is paying attention to the voices. And that right there is very fishy. They're all worried about this dang paperwork and the leakers. We all are worried about the leakers. The leakers will be, I imagine, prosecuted or fined or whatever. It's an ongoing case. Actually, it's obstruction. He can't get a fair trial now in Delphi because everyone in Indiana knows you got to move it, and you'll be lucky to find it somewhere in America that hasn't heard about the Delphi killings. So I don't know, but I can. Most of the people in Indiana know about the Delphi killings, so you got to move it. So what do I think? I think exactly that. It was a bunch of guys. Or maybe just one guy that had a beef with a bunch of guys or some other club or whatever. I mean, it's a madness. I could be wrong, but it's starting to look like that, right? And that spilled over into this YouTube club or whatever. I don't know. No, I was modding that night, Johnson. I was modding that night. He showed them photos over there. I was modding at Levine's. If you don't believe me, go watch Levine's live from Wednesday night. I was at Levine's. People did tell me, but by the time I got over there, it was pretty much over with. I just seen some small photo on the screen on the side of them, but it didn't look like it looked like some kind of a mural or something, or right. You just seen outlines. You didn't see anything. So, but people were talking, right? People were talking, and so what do you got people that are inducing this into the Delphi case? Brad Holder is fueling the fire. Very might well be involved, right? Is that his voice? The first voice we're hearing on the recording. So it's very interesting. We need to focus on the voices. Do I think we should hear more of the recording? I do believe because in the beginning of this case, somebody did a video, and I know I've seen that video on YouTube, saying that they cleaned up the audio and they believed that they could hear a woman's name on there or a woman saying something, you better let me go, or something like that. But they weren't sure if it was in the distance or if it was there. And that's very interesting because we're not hearing the full video, or we're not hearing the full video because the police said it was too gory to be listening to. And the police also said there was numerous voices on the recording. There was like, the stories weren't adding up. The stories have changed dramatically now. There was 30 girls there at first, and now we're down that there was only 10 girls there when the sister dropped off the 2 girls there. Were they even dropped off there? Were they the phones before the day before the murders? The phones were reset. The girls' phones or something, or one of the family members' phones was reset. I mean, you got to take that into consideration. You had Greeno telling people that he had a kid with one of the families in Delphi, but you can't believe everything he says. I mean, you might be able to believe some of the stuff, but some of the times he's been caught in lies. You had him coming out saying his phone was taken, that the killer called him. That's what Greeno said on his videos. The caller called him. That's why his phone was confiscated from the police. So Anthony Greeno must have knew who the killer was. Why would the killer call Anthony Greeno? That's the thing. That didn't make sense to me, right? I mean, something like that. If you're gonna be a Zodiac killer, you don't play with some little tiny YouTube channel. You call the news, the real news, or you call the police, and you play games with the police. You don't call a YouTuber and do stuff like that. It just don't make sense. The killer might have called him. Who knows? But then that means he would have known the number and he would have known who it was. It don't make sense, right? Maybe Greeno was on film saying he belonged to a club and was initiated or something, and they rode motorcycles or bikes or whatever, right? Was Greeno investigating undercover within the whole thing? I don't know. He claims he's got family in police and he knows the judge. He writes the judge. He's got family in the. Maybe he was. Maybe he knows. But he went about it the way wrong way. But of course, these guys want to be the YouTube kings. They all had the photos, folks. It was leaked. Either someone paid that guy or somebody got the photos, because you got prosecutors saying they didn't do it, you got the police saying they didn't do it, and you got defense now saying they didn't do it. They had no idea. They were stolen. Well, now these people that have them photos are in possession of stolen merchandise from the state of Indiana. And this is why the whole world is watching now. Right? You have all this talk of this KKK, all the biker clubs out here. You got this Odin stuff now, all the witchery, sorcery. The whole world is watching. They're going to put them on the chopping block, folks. You got all three people, government there, the police, prosecuting attorney, and you got the defense saying they never leaked any of this stuff. Well, now it's stolen. So now anybody in possession of them photos, and you got to be careful because they're sending them to everybody. Why? Well, they want to take everybody down. It's an ongoing case. The government's saying the photos were stolen. People are saying, well, they were leaked. Well, now you got the government line saying they didn't do it. Right? Then they used some guy that I thought died a while ago or something. An accident or something. Was he a state trooper or something like that? Who knows? I don't know. There's so much crap going on. Maybe they used him as the fall guy. Well, he was already dead. What do you do? Well, come up with some kind of a story. Killed himself over the madness of it. I mean, come on, man. I wouldn't doubt if he's the evidence. He's the one that's going to be able to tell who he gave the photos to or who paid him to get the photos and why the YouTubers came up with it. And he might be on state's offense right now. And they're hiding him. And they put out this thing he passed away. I mean, we don't know. I'm going to have a couple puffs off this cigarette and then I'm going to put a patch on. So it's very interesting. The whole world is watching. Now we got election coming up in Indiana. You had the sheriff's department that was on the chopping block because they were suspects. Right? You had these people on the internet saying that the sheriff was walking down the bridge. Now we got to watch our police because of this. And they all belong to what? This Odin thing. Prison guards with patches and tattoos and everything. And madness. I cannot believe this is happening in my country. I agree with some people. Well, you got to get rid of this crap. This stuff is killing our country. It is killing our country. You send that back to this other Britain stuff, whatever, this fairyland stuff, right? Of Odins and Greek gods and, wild Vikings and all that, and Celts and all this stuff. You send that back to this stuff is wrecking my country and our families. We got to get rid of this stuff. Complete madness. I can't believe it's 2024 and they still live by childhood fables that they told their kids at bedtime stories and stuff. Good morning, Miss Brunswick. So what do I think? I think the madness is built. They're trying to throw as much corruption into the case. They're trying to sway the people. The only way we will really be able to tell if justice prevails is in court. If it ain't that corrupt, they're talking judges, witches, and all that stuff, and everybody. I'm like, this is unreal. For one, you ain't gonna get a fair trial in Indiana. You got to move it out of state. Sorry. Get it out of my state. Hell, you should get it out of my country. But it's corrupt. The whole shit and shebang. Whether it's corrupt, they made it corrupt. They created this madness. Not us. We're only reporting on the madness and giving our opinions on this channel. And we don't show other people's contents, and we definitely don't show crime scene photos of an ongoing murder investigation of two young underage ladies. Not unless a case has been closed already, and then I can see people showing whatever. And I can't even see them showing something like that but you have to. People don't realize this stuff. In order to be a good investigator, you got to look at the photos, as gory as it is, because the evidence is in the photos. I know it sounds horrible. They're young kids, but the evidence, the sign of the killer, everything is in them photos. You'd have to look at them to be a good investigator, a forensic guy. You'd have to look at the photos. But there's a time for looking at the photos and not. It ain't on the internet when it's still ongoing. You can't get a fair trial. Supreme Court might have to step in, and we're going to move the case out of Indiana because it's too corrupt and too many people know about it. And that's what I would be saying. Get it out of here. They've created a zoo. It's a dang movie. It's a TV series. You're tying up time in my court. My taxpayers don't like it. And neither does that United States Post Office worker walking right there, who walks every single day. You think they'd get her a little card or something? Nope. There she is, walking every single day. Rain, sleet, snow, shine. Do you see the shadows on that tree right now? Casting off of that tree. What time is it, ladies and gentlemen? It is 11:32. 11:32 in Indiana. And look at the shadow that tree is casting. Would be the same shadows that we are seeing on the Delphi Bridge from the trees. That, my friends, means he was there before 1:30. Someone on that bridge was. Do you folks see the casting of the shadows of the tree onto the sidewalk, which would have been the bridge? People ain't knowing it. Why? Because in certain photos of Bridge Guy, you're not seeing that. You're barely seeing a shadow. What does that tell you? Then it was noon. The sun was directly over him. But in the video, his face is lit up. Why? Because his face was in the sun. So somebody is getting the times mixed up, or somebody is manipulated the video. Does that make sense to anybody? Probably not. What kind of track was it? Was it a motorcycle track? Was it a Harley Davidson track? Was it a dirt bike track? Or was it a bicycle track? Which a couple of these guys at that time weren't allowed to drive because they had no license. What did they do in Delphi? They rode their bikes to get around. Pedal bikes. It's possible. It is 11:32 p.m. Look at the shadows coming off of the tree. Look at the one shadow coming off a Bridge Guy. It's starting to lean. It's leaning back towards the opposite way of him, backwards. The shadow's casting backwards from him, not forward. The sun's in his face, casting the shadow back towards. So somebody got the times wrong, but there is a time change down there. And that's probably why some of these people got, if it's 1 o'clock here, it's actually 12 o'clock there. Or possibly they could be an hour ahead. So if it's 11:32 right now, it's 12:32 there. All right, I got to put a cigarette patch on. Do these patches give you heartburn? Oh, God, I hope it's heartburn. Oh. Oh, God. So, what do? I don't know. The clothes. One girl was completely naked. The other one was wearing the clothes. Well, where are the clothes that they described? Where's the black sweatpants? Somebody's got the black sweatpants. I'm not seeing black sweatpants on one of them girls. Not in any photos or nothing. Show me a photo where the one girl was wearing black sweatpants. Ain't making sense. That whole place was there was tons of people out there that night. It was all over the news. Breaking news on the local news. That's how I seen it. They were searching for missing girls. Right? How that fast? How did they know they were missing? You're supposed to have 24 hours before you report somebody missing. The whole thing ain't making sense. How did they even know they were missing and not at one of the girls' house or something? One of the girls didn't live very far from there at all. How did I mean they probably didn't know. Could the girls have left with the 30 other girls that were there when the girls were dropped off? Supposedly there was a whole bunch of girls there, all in a group, right? What happened to them people? Where are them girls? That's why most of us went in the beginning of this case. Is it's possible them girls were trafficked, and Abby and Libby were the ones that suffered the diversion of the other 30 girls that were missing. But then that story changed. Very, very weird. Very weird. Are they helping you, Johnny, the patches? Uh, yeah. Yeah. It's been, well, I still have cigarettes left from the other day, a couple days ago, in a pack. So, yeah, they're helping, but I just got to kick it in the butt. Quitting smoking cigarettes is a horrible, horrible. It's worse than, it's up there with drugs, big drugs, heroin and stuff. It's horrible. You crave it, right? You crave it. It's in your body. If we can come up with a chemical just to wipe the nicotine out of your body and your brain, dissolve it or whatever, right? Because that gives you the urge. The nicotine and the body system stored in the fat and all that. What has happened to me? I'm an idiot. The government says I have a disability. You got a concussion, you busted your head open, you got problems. But why do I watch this stuff and all this science stuff and everything? Solving crimes, whatever. It intrigues me, but that's about it. I don't want to be smart. I don't want to be famous. You folks want to be top dog crime channels or whatever on YouTube and guitar channels and all that and everything. Go right ahead. I'm 50 some years old. I ain't got time for this. I want to relax. I want to spend my time with a good woman and enjoying the beautiful scenery that the Lord gave us outside, all this stuff. And people are afraid to go into the woods because of what these idiots did. They're afraid to picnic out in the woods or whatever with the family and everything. They're afraid to go into the woods, right? We don't want to get sacrificed or end up running across some witch. Madness. And that's good fishing out there too. That river there. Good fishing. The trout and everything. Good fishing out there. Who's going to go out there now and do any fishing? Nobody. I mean, there probably will be some crazies out there fishing, but that was known for good fishing and everything. Matter of fact, that bridge is falling apart and contaminating my streams, my river and field streams and wilderness. I don't know why they didn't take that dang thing out and put it up in the museum at Indianapolis, the train museum, for the whole world to go and exhibit. And that's what they should do. And let the wildlife grow back there again. The deer population. That was all hunting and everything out there. Deer and everything. Yeah, it only takes a few idiots to wreck it for the whole world. Well, we tried to tell these people. They don't want to listen. Look at the shadows. Somebody's got the time mixed up, or there was a time change. Or somebody's lying because the body walking down the bridge is casting a shadow behind him. So he was there before noon. And I keep telling these people, the girls might have already been gone. And somebody had the phone. We've seen this in numerous crimes on YouTube, folks, where people are usually gone and the killer or whoever or somebody's got the phone and using it, making it look like they're still alive. Do you see now what I'm saying? Technology has become so far advanced. The girls could have been gone days before the murders. And if you had the phone, you could do anything with it. Make it look like anything. Nobody was looking for them. You had time to manipulate the video and create this magical land or whatever, whether to be top dog or whether just to corrupt the case or cover up the madness. We really don't know. You had the phones being wiped clean before the murder. This is interesting. Did maybe one of the family members realize they were being lured or used? Or were the girls helping the police to lure these pedos down there and these drugs? And it went sour. Right? That would make sense too, because one of the family members supposedly got busted with tons of meth and turned state's evidence or whatever. It's very possible. It went sour. It was an undercover thing, whatever. They were using the girls as bait, and it went sour. You folks see ruins. I see somebody putting up sticks over it like they were cooking the pig, roasting the pig. Ancient times, right? You got two triangles, sticks stuck in the ground, crossing each other. Usually it's 2 or 3 sticks at each end of the barbecue pit, the spigot. A lot of people don't see them. It's rogue signs. It's ruins, witchery. And all right, fine. I see it as they were sending a sign to somebody. Somebody read it and they roasted the pig. I don't know. Maybe. It's possible. I'm not throwing it off the table. I know this. We're not throwing Keegan Kline off this table as much as YouTubers say, well, he didn't do the killings. Well, we don't know that. He could have ordered the killings. He could have found out that they were being tracked. Too risky. Made a couple calls to his buddies or whatever, this club, and the girls had to go. That's possible. We'll see come court date. What would I do? I don't know. You can't get it for everyone knows in Indiana. How can you try it in Indiana when everybody knows about it? I'd say get it out of the state. Supreme Court step in and I mean, if you want a fair trial and everything, I mean, so Richard Allen could be a patsy, or he could have been there, wrong time, or he was there and they got him with shit at his house, maybe part of clothing or whatever from the girls. Then you would have to explain, how did that get there? Did you stumble across it and you took it? You know, why would you take something like that? You'd have to be crazy to stumble across a murder scene of two girls and you take articles or possessions of theirs back home with you or whatever. That's madness. You're sick right there, even if you didn't do the murders and you just stumbled upon it. Then you bring in Elvis, right? Bring in Elvis and Jesse or whatever his name, or Johnny Messer, and just more of the circus, right? Elvis saying if you found his spit on the girls, would he be in trouble or whatever? Was Elvis there that night that they were searching? There was tons of people out there, four-wheelers and dogs or whatever, people running around and everything. The whole thing don't make sense. The whole thing is just madness. And then again, it could be the Odins, and the whole town is in on it. Masons and everybody, and the two girls were sacrificed to the great Odin, and it only had to be pure white blood from a virgin or whatever. And we're done. Get this shit out of my state and out of my country. Now, you're killing my country. You're killing the fabrics of God and morals and integrity. Take it back to your fairy tale lands of fire-breathing dragons and mystical swords and everything. Get it out of my country and get it out of my court. It's corrupt. And it might not be corrupt. It's just so far gone. It's too much out there. That's just my opinion. My opinion. My theory and my opinion. Where are all the clothes? Right? The black sweatpants, supposedly. If she wasn't wearing sweatpants, where's the other set of jeans? Right? I don't know. Kind of mystery to me. Kind of a mystery to me. Could one guy have done it? Yes. There was plenty of time. 2-3 hours is plenty of time to do something like that. But it's very brazen. You had to have lookouts. There was 50 people there, they were saying, on the bridge or something like that. But that's changed. How many people were out there on the bridge that day or on the trails? Now we all know why they did it's not making sense. The girl's voice might be on that recording. I don't know. Should we hear more of the recording? I probably would. Either we're dealing what I think is either two voices or somebody manipulated the video and the audio. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. 1 minute, please. But I'm no professional in anything. You have to look at all these guys down there that were part of this Delphi Lafayette Kokomo crew, whatever they're calling it. You have to look at the charges that they've been picked up for. Kurtz, all these guys down there, Chadwell, Klein, Greeno's been picked up. I don't know how many times or whatever, a question or whatever. All these guys, Harmon, all these guys that most of these guys boot scoop boogied out of Indiana. Probably. If it is corrupt, if it is this stuff, then they're protecting around them within their little secret organization that goes within the justice system, and they're protecting the real people that did it because they're brothers of this Odin thing or Masonic Lodge or whatever. But there's only so far that goes. There's rumors going around, people talking about, well, if you're a real Mason, when you go in front of a judge, you're supposed to let that judge know that you're a Freemason, and that judge will help you as much as they can if they are a Freemason. What kind of justice is that? Right? That's them going and saying we can kill anybody because we know the judge and we're a Freemason, and that judge is going to do everything they can to help us in the case. Good morning, little Debs. How you doing? I sent you some coffee this morning. Hope you got it. So it's very interesting. I don't want nothing to do. A lot of us are on DEFCON 5 around here. And like I said, we really don't care how big your YouTube channels are or how tough you guys think you are. It's not about that. We don't even care how much you know about law. It's gone past that. This ain't about law now. It ain't about anything but who's got the bigger cojones. And there ain't nobody. Let me repeat this. There ain't nobody that's got bigger cojones than the United States government. You don't want to monkey with them. A lot of you guys talking that some of these YouTubers are terrorists and everything. They might be. We'll let the United States Homeland Security and government handle that stuff in the Pentagon. That ain't my job. My job is to create videos, entertainment, no matter what it is. Crazy, madness, drama sells. Who knows? I'm not a drama dude. It reminds me of some soap opera or something that took over the United States in the 70s or whatever. Which us men loved it because the women were constantly not bothering us. They were watching soap operas. Well, at least that's what my family would say, right? I mean, some men did like the soap operas because the women were out of their hair come 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. Me, not so much. I don't know. You got to protect yourself from these people. If it is true, it's all corrupt. We don't even trust the police because them themselves belong to some kind of a Masonic cult or something. And that's why we got to change things up, folks. It's never been done before. We'll have the citizens police. Right? A state police officer, a town officer, whatever pulls you over. Well, here comes one of my boys, the citizens police, to make sure you folks get it right and we're not being swindled into some kind of a secret organization. Brotherhood. There's no justice, folks. You can keep thinking that. We're all sinners, but this is madness to take another child's life. How can they say how can a woman do something like that? Was there a woman involved? There's some people in some videos out there stating that it was a trafficking. There could have been a woman involved. They heard a woman's voice screaming or whatever. Numerous voices on the recording. It could have been, who knows? We don't know. We don't know. Was Kelsey there? But she left. She was the one screaming, "You better let me go." If that's even true, what we heard, we don't know if that's even true. If these people making videos, we don't know. For one, they'd have to release all the video. And I'm just being honest. How are you going to try this case in Indiana when everybody knows about it? Usually they try these cases outside of a state when there's corruption involved. When people are saying it's corrupt, when everybody in the whole state of Indiana has heard about it. It's been all over the news, the news channels. You got to get it out of here. You got to take it and try it somewhere else. I just put a patch on again. No, not a Odin patch, a nicotine patch, you idiots. By tomorrow, it'll be a little Johnny Kramer put an Odin patch on him. That's how idiots these are. I don't know. I can't deal with it too much. I just can't. It's just, I have a disability. I don't even want to be a part of any of this madness. It's just, I can't wait till the court date if it does come. No. Judge, we're going to call to the stand Elvis. Elvis, what did you see? We seen Johnny Messer messing with Wiener in the fields. Oh, this is great. Someone get all this Saturday Night Live. That's going to bust everybody's chops. My God. I can see people. We're calling Elvis to the stand. And the whole jury. I thought Elvis was dead. I thought he died in 73. He's back. This is madness. For one, what kind of people would even, how does anybody know what Johnny Messer said? Or Elvis, not Johnny, I mean Elvis saying that he was questioned by the police, but then turned around and walked back to the police, the state police car, and asked the officer if they found spit on the girl's body, could he still get in trouble? What kind of idiot? Well, even if we were corrupt, you ain't even got people with brains to run an organization. They're ratting on themselves. They gotta be the most stupidest criminals in the world. How do you do something like that? I don't know. I have no idea. The same thing goes with little Greeno, too. Letting the whole world know that his whole, I'm like, either these people are the most stupidest people or it's that corrupt that they know people that they can come out and say stuff like that without any repercussions or jail time. Because they belong to the Masonic Odin, Codins, Cream of Bodins, whatever they are. Unreal. They must have a murder weapon. I mean, why would they go ahead and drain part of a river to look for a knife over there by Klein's and by Richard Allen and them? They must have been looking for something, whether it was a phone, whether it was a knife, whether it was a SIM card, whether it was something they were looking for there. And a lot of people are saying, well, it was training exercise. Are you kidding me? Then why, if it was training exercises, why were they running it on the news that they were searching in the river for a murder weapon or something that close to their house? And that was just when Keegan did. So it's obvious Keegan Klein played because they dropped like 8 charges and he's only doing 40. he probably knew what was happening, or they at least got him on pedo charges of the girls. And maybe they found out way before the girls were dead that somebody was onto them and the girls had to go. That's possible. See, here's the thing is Keegan Kline knew the girls, but the girls didn't know Keegan Kline was Anthony Schatz. I wouldn't doubt it if Keegan Kline probably knew the girls and talked to them or whatever. And they didn't put two and two together that Keegan Kline was Anthony Schatz. Thus for luring the girls because it was a fake account. They thought they were talking to some hot beefy Anthony Schatz guy, and really it was Keegan Kline. I mean, Kline knew they all knew each other out there. They're all on camera with Harley Davidson stuff and motorcycles and everything. I mean, are they that stupid? Did they know? A lot of people are saying, well, it's Rolling Thunderland and Indiana or whatever it is, and Mike Pence and all that. Are these guys, was that what it was? I don't know. Did someone have a grudge against these guys and they did that and sent a sign with the sticks and roasting pigs or whatever? It could have been. Do I know it 100% to be true or even a fact? No, but that's just my opinion. Now I can tell you one thing: if the girls crossed that river and we had the same weather a couple years after that as February 13th, 2017, it was the same temperature during the day and it was the same temperature during the night. It was a freak thing where everybody on YouTube was saying the weather's going to be the same thing as it was in February 13th in 2017, and it was. And I did my own experiment here, and I even put it out on YouTube, a video, by wetting the clothes and putting them outside overnight. Did it from 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and the next day at 12 o'clock, I went outside to check the clothes to see if there was ice on them at all or if they were still damp. Okay, now you have to remember it was 50 degrees that day, but there was a wind. Okay, so it was nippy, and the temperatures dropped fast after the sun went down, and it was windy. That would explain the leaves blowing over the bodies, whatever, sticks falling down. That could, or they could have placed the sticks. We really don't know. It's a mystery. It's a merry-go-round. What they did was they created the perfect mystery, the perfect storm, a madness. Somebody sent some of these YouTubers on a mission. I wouldn't doubt it if some of these YouTubers we're looking at might be Odins. They might be this secret society, the Masons, whatever. Right? Who did something to the Masons if this was Masons? Who did something to the Odins if this was Odins? I don't see how this is anything but fabricated into something that it wasn't. And it's sucking up a lot of our time and court system and my tax-paying money, which everyone comes down on me. You don't even pay taxes. You don't even make enough. You're on disability. You're an idiot. That's right. But every time I go put gas in my car, buy a pack of cigarettes, any food, anything, a drink, water, I get taxed. I pay that tax. I don't get nothing back out of it. And I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. I've come to live with my disability and my own madness. But I ain't that dumb, and I ain't that crazy. And for one, the whole thing smelled of crap from the beginning. You got people on YouTube claiming all this stuff. Their government, their police, their labs, their bounty hunters, they're this, they're that, they're this, they're that. But here they have a record longer than both of our arms for very violent crimes, drugs, crimes against women, violent, and kids. It didn't make sense. It ain't making sense now. We're not buying it. We didn't buy it in the first place. Maybe that's why a lot of this madness happened, because we just didn't buy the whole stories of this madness. And what another fishy thing is whenever you start talking about the thing that was going on around the family, Cody and all the rest of these guys, these men around the women of that family or whatever, you get attacked. Another thing is in the beginning of this case, everybody said bridge guy was Mike Patty, which it very well might have been Mike Patty walking down the bridge. You know why? Because the killers or the searchers or whoever maybe found the bodies, or already the bodies weren't there because they searched at 5 o'clock. It was sun still. The sun was still out when there was people there searching that whole area. They never found the girl. They searched until 11 o'clock at night, that whole area around there, and never found the girls. Maybe the girls weren't there, but the phone was. The phone was there, maybe. And maybe it was Mike Patty walking down the bridge, and somebody had the phone and recorded Mike Patty. Because a lot of people were saying, well, that looks like Mike Patty. And they said it was Toby Miller, whatever, Toby, whatever, the sheriff out there or whatever, right? All along, well, the girls might have already been gone. And everything on that video could have been fabricated. And it could have been Mike Patty walking down that bridge, being filmed by somebody, and they didn't even know it. Being set up. How? The Joker movie, The Madman. It was many, but someone framed all the rest of them. It very well could have been. All right, let me read my chat real quick. The great Debbie's in here. We got Miss Brunswick here. Why? What happened? I didn't see it. I wasn't paying attention to my chat. Miss Brunswick, what happened? Did someone say something bad? I see that she said thanks for removing that comment. What did they say? Oh, Pedro Williams is back. We haven't seen you in a long time, Pedro Williams. I know baseball has been very, very good to you. I know. Oh, Pedro Williams is back out of the bullpen. Here to cause trouble and troll his little heart out. Oh, Debbie, why are some people so far full of hate? Oh, they must be. Look at little Debbie. She's already up and ready to go this morning. She's got her glasses on. She's smiling. Great ladies inside my chat. Really great ladies. Just a comment about Easter, Johnny. Oh, when is Easter? Is that coming up? I think that's the 7th, ain't it, or something? April Fool's is April Fool. The 1st is April Fool's, folks. So you're going to see a lot of people coming doing stuff, right? Jokes and everything. April Fool's. You're wanted by Homeland Security. Right? Everybody's hunkered down in their houses, barricading themselves in. It was all a joke. Oh, good God. Good God. Sunday is Easter? Or the 1st? Hold on, let me check my calendar. I thought Easter was in April. This Sunday? That's the 30th. There's 30 days, I think, or 31 days this month. Pedro, that is a big day for a lot of people. Just be nice and no need to be hateful. What did he say? Something about Easter? I know he's saying something about me. I'll go back and read the comments. Right? I just let Pedro Williams out of my lockup. You think they would have learned? They never learn. They love prison. I don't know what it is. Pedro, can you explain to me what it is about jail and prison that you love so much? Because you want to keep going back there. It must be a 5-star hotel. I'm telling you, these guys, they feel out of place if they ain't with their homies in a state pen. I don't know what it is about jail. They must have changed it from when I was younger and went to jail. It must be it just must be, I don't know, accommodations or something. Human rights must have been. I hear they got cable and all kinds of stuff. Cell phones, computers, all kinds of stuff. It's like a 5-star hotel retreat. I don't know. I guess they just keep going back. I don't know. But that's part of life, and if that's what they want to live, I don't know. I just put a patch on, so. And no, not a Noden patch, a nicotine patch, you idiots. I can see tomorrow. You said you put a patch on. Yeah, a nicotine patch, you idiot. And I thought all these patches that I'm seeing was for fallen Marines and fellow police. And they turned a patch that was for fallen police or the Marines into some kind of Odin stuff. That, for all we know, that's what they did. I gotta have some more coffee. Hold on a minute. Can't you just be nice, Pedro? Anything I say about anything is offensive, I guess. No, not everything. Just some of the stuff. Mainly about how I fudge pack. But I'm not gay. Mainly how you pick on the women. Probably. I mean, that's probably got a hand in it or something. But you know what? I'm not going to get upset today because I got a lovely guest that's going to be staying with me for a couple days here. She's very picky, very moody, and she loves to lay around and eat. Oh, God save me. All right, for evil people who care about that scumbag. Manson's birthday is a big day for a lot of people. Pedro Williams is right. He is right. And Charlie Manson his family was from Indiana. That is true. But not here on this channel. We don't worship Charlie Manson. The people we worship, his name is God. What's the word? The word is God. Jesus, not Manson. Good morning, Miss Monica. Hope everything is good by you. We're just sitting around having coffee. It's a beautiful day out. It's a little chilly. It was this morning. We had some frost. But it looks beautiful outside today. And I'm glad we got this cold temperature because it'd kill some of these mosquitoes off and put these bugs down. Oh, thank you so much for the coffee, Miss Monica. I forgot, how rude of me. Let me put some more coffee out for all the great ladies and some gentlemen that come into my chat. Let me get some coffee for you. Hey, how about some donuts too? Uh, Hold on a minute, ladies. My emoji dispenser, food dispenser, is running kind of slow this morning. Bear with me. There you go, ladies. There you go, ladies. So it's very interesting to find out what's going to happen in court. Now, really, what would I do? I'd probably move it out of Indiana because everybody has heard about this case. Could there be a fair trial? Whether Richard Allen is guilty or not, it's all about fair trial, folks. Tomorrow it could be you on the chopping block. Tomorrow it could be one of our family members. It could be me on the chopping block. And it's all about fair justice. And if you can't get a fair trial because everybody knows about it, then you got to move it out of state. Supreme Court would have to step in and say, we're going to move the case. Now, a lot of people say, oh, you're full of crap. You don't know nothing. You didn't go to college 20 years to become a lawyer. No, I didn't. I did not. I would have been there 30 years. I'm dumb. But I know this much to look up some history stuff and everything, and it's corrupt. And 9 out of 10 times when something like this happens and you can't try the case in that state because everybody's heard about it, you can't find no jurors, nothing. You have to bring the jurors in from somewhere on the other side of the country. Hopefully they haven't heard about it. You'd have to bring them up from there or something to pick this juror thing. It's either you move the case or you got to get jurors from out of state that haven't heard about it. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, you just don't know what you're talking about. Well, maybe not. Maybe that's what I would say, though. If I was running the show, if I was running Supreme Court, my last thing was, what are we going to do? We're going to move this, we're going to try it somewhere else. It's corrupt. Photos have been leaked all over. The news has covered everything. How are you going to find someone that hasn't heard about it? We might have to move the case out of the state of Indiana. Then again, they might look at me and say, shut up, Mr. Kramer, you're an idiot. And we have documentation to prove that you're an idiot. And then I probably would counter with, you're right. But I can't, I'm dumb. But I ain't that dumb to see something ain't right here. And if it's that corrupt, and the system, the people are screaming out that the system's corrupt, well, then we got to move this case to another state, somewhere they haven't heard about it. So these people can get a fair trial, whether they're the killers or not, whether they did it or not. It's about the justice system. All of our justices. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody. Does that make sense to anybody? Oh, thank you for the croissants and the pancakes and the donuts, Miss Monica. I put some coffee and donuts out for you, ladies. You don't have to serve anybody here in my channel. I usually take care of the food. Even in other channels, I'm known as the food guy. Some people say my tacos are pretty good in these chats, but I don't know. It's you'll know when I'm in chat serving food because I'll be like beep beep, and then I put Johnny's food truck is here, and then I put a little photo of a truck, and then a bunch of food behind it, and coffee and drinks and food. You'll know when Johnny's food truck is there. All right, what Pedro say? Good breakfast. A Bloody Mary. Oh my God. Is that John Daly? It ain't even 12 o'clock and they're already drinking. It's got to be Daly from Chicago. Daly, I seen you playing golf the last weekend on TV. Don't try and act like that wasn't you on the 18 passed out. You clean yourself up, John. Clean yourself up. All right, where are we at? Johnny, very thoughtful. Yes, thank Miss Monica for the croissants and the pancakes. Ah, dang it. Now, I went to McDonald's this morning. I got me a sausage McMuffin. And I should have got some pancakes. I got pancakes mixed there, but then I got to do the dishes and everything. I probably should buy a dishwasher. You know, years ago, I didn't do dishes. I was, I didn't care. It's what us dudes do, right? We don't dishes. Just leave it in the sink. It'll get done somehow, some way. The magic dishwasher will do it, but that never happened. And then you just end up with dishes everywhere. And we're single dudes. What do we do, man? Do the dishes? No, just get a garbage can and throw all the dishes in there and then go buy dishes again. I don't know what, I don't know. 97% of Angelinos haven't heard of this case. Angelinos, I have no idea what they are. I have no idea. There's a problem with the Delphi case and the Summer Wells case. Same thing, folks. Is that coincidence? Down south, you got the Mexican, or you got the cornbread muffin mafia, right? You got the Delphi crew, the Kokomo crew. What are we dealing with? Was there a battle between drug things or whatever, pedo rings, and somebody, and the Summer Wells case is just as crazy as the Delphi case. So that's the secret, Johnny, about dishes. Well, if you're a single dude and everything, we don't, right? People, I'm here sneezing, and people are like, "Do you dust?" I'm like, "No, I don't do dust." And they're like, "No, clean up your apartment, like clean underneath your couch and dust and everything." I'm like, "No, no, I'm a straight dude. We don't. I don't know. You want me to build a wall or build something for you, or work on a car or change your tires, or something? Cleaning. I don't know. Usually, my girlfriend or somebody did that, but now I got to do it all myself. Yeah, cook, clean toilets and bathtub. I don't know. These women said, go get some of this stuff and spray it on your bathtub. It'll clean it. So I did. It didn't clean it. And then they were all laughing in my chat. They were like, oh, didn't you scrub it? I'm like, no. Ain't this magical spray? You spray it on it and it's poof. It just cleans it. No, you got to scrub it with a brush. And I got to do everything. Now, once we had women to do that for us. But now us men are doing that at our own house. Well, I'll tell you what, you never think about how much you miss a woman until she's gone. And you've got skid stains all over your shorts. And you got dishes piled in the sink. You got an inch of dust throughout the whole house. God, we miss them women. They were good. We never knew about it, cooking and everything. We didn't have to cook. We came home, we cooked, ate. Everything was done. No skid marks on the boxer shorts and everything. Clothes clean, folded, right? Folded clothes and clothes that were hung up on hangers. We miss you, ladies. Well, I miss a lady. Yeah, Florida is a great city. Florida is one of the top pedo rings in the world. If we had it my way, Florida probably would be underwater. But the only thing that's saving Florida is Mr. Trump and Mar-a-Lago out there. I would tell them, build a waterproof wall around Mar-a-Lago, because the rest of it's all sour child rings and all bunch of nuts and cuckoos. Anyways, Florida's sinking. So it is a beautiful state. But that was a long time ago, folks. We're noticing these states ain't what they were from when we went on vacations or worked in these states 30 years ago, 40 years ago. It just ain't the way it was anymore like that. I am going to Florida next week. Oh, God bless your little heart. You better bring water floaties, arm floaties. Get in there and get out, Monica. Get in there and get out. And be safe. And let people know where you're going to be, Monica. Miss Monica. Let people know where you're going to be and how long you're going to be gone. And if they don't hear from you within so much of time, to call somebody. These women these women are so independent. You can't tell them what to do. They ain't going to listen to you. Bring your mace, and I would probably bring a small 38 with you. Small caliber weapon. Get in there, get your suntan, and get out of there. It's a zoo. I got to do everything around here. I got to do everything around here. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. And you better check your mirrors in your hotel room. Just hang a sheet up over the mirror. You don't know these sickos down there. Yeah, it's unbelievable. It ain't like 30 years ago when I was down there. Right? The Cubans pretty much ran everything down there when I was down there. Goddamn Cuban sandwiches were great down there back then. Well, you can't get a good Cuban sandwich anymore in Florida. I don't know what to say in the Delphi case. All I know is there's a lot of big baller, shot caller YouTube channels that think they're king of the hill. Well, that's fine. Go ahead. A great man once said, you see all them cows down there? Yeah. We can either run down there and do whatever we want to them cows, or we can walk and take our time or whatever. I don't know. We're just going to sit here and watch and give our opinion. And there's no law that states we can't give our opinion on a case that is made public and is corrupt. And all the information is out there except for the information, the real information. The killers was on recording, video and audio. Demonic witchery stuff. Please, Lord, get this out of my country. Send it back to the magical land of Puff the Magic Dragon, wherever that came from. In the great Vikings of Vikings. There ain't no Vikings that did this, folks. There's no Vikings that did this. You're not going to see people out there with loincloths and Viking hats. It was no Viking crap. It was these idiots trying to make it look like it was something it wasn't. There are medieval reenactment places out here where they have wenches serving you giant turkey legs and giant goblins of bear. It's called the Medieval Time Festival, right? You're not going to see this in our woods. It's a fairy tale of what the way they lived back then. It was real, right? People did live like that back then, and it was madness and witchers and whatever, warlocks, whatever. But this is from the fairy tales and the way they lived 10,000 years ago or whatever. And people, ooh, did you guys see that? 3 crows. I found out, like, ooh, look at them. They're chasing each other. Either that or it's the one hawk chasing the other birds away. I've noticed that a couple days ago, the hawks are back. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It is. It's the 2 crows. It's the 2 crows. I love the Black Crowes. Folks, make sure you check out the Black Crowes new album out and new music out. Yeah, it's madness. Complete madness. Let's get back to my chat and see what's up. Yep, it is. When I was little, it was beautiful. Now drugs infested because of all the transient people. Yep, Deb. You're right. I'm going to see my parents. Well, okay. Well, then you'll be safe. You'll be staying at your parents' house, right? Monica, that's good. You won't be staying in a hotel out there. You don't have to worry about people trying to. You don't have to worry about nothing. You'll be safe. But I would still say get in there, get your suntan, get out. Bring your mace with and a small caliber just in case. And don't be afraid to shoot first and ask questions later. When you do get out there, say hello to a great sheriff out there. What's his name again? The sheriff down there in Florida. Grady Judd. Say hello to Mr. Grady Judd from. Are you kidding me? I love when he does his press releases and everything. When he's describing all the sickos he's catching out there in Florida, right? He puts up you see this idiot? Oh, this idiot has been around us for a while. He knows us. We know him. Right? You see this idiot? This idiot tried to go ahead. And it's hilarious. Right? But he's busting balls out there. And it is a problem. And it's all linked to all this madness. It's everything the federal government has been telling us. These people still live back in the 1800s. They still, as the day that Jesus walked on this earth, they still sell children and do sick things to children. It's nothing new. Nothing new. I think I had too much coffee this morning. And plus, I had some cigarettes, and now I got this nicotine patch on. Can I smoke while I have this nicotine patch on? I notice I cut down on the smoking while I have this nicotine patch on. But I ain't going to flop around on the ground if I decide to have a cigarette and have this patch on, will I? Is there any scientists or doctors in my chat? Anybody? Anybody? Before I have a cigarette with this patch on, please save my life. I'm going to have a couple puffs off of a cigarette. And hopefully someone comes in my chat and says, it lets me know before I start flopping around on the ground. No, Johnny, my ex smoked and used patches. Oh, good God. That's when you know you got a problem. You got patches on. Your whole body's covered in nicotine patches and you're still smoking a cigarette. Is something wrong with that guy? What's got patches all over nicotine, and he's got a cigarette in his mouth. Yeah, something's up. Something definitely wrong there. I don't think you're supposed to. I'm not sure. We'll find out here soon. God only knows, right? If you folks notice the time, what is the time right now? Notice the casting of the shadows on the ground from that big tree that's right in front of your faces. Notice the time. Notice the time and the position of the sun. Notice the casting of the shadows. Bridge guy was walking into the sun. It was not behind him. Notice the casting of the shadows on the ground. And the scenery around the bridge, the trees, the shadows from the trees will tell what time it was. Our Native American people were very good at this. You should have went. They should bring in Native American Indians. They're great at telling time. They were the ones that created time. And the English were memorized by this because the English, when they came here, this was all Native American. And the Native American would tell them what time it was just by the shadows on the ground. White man. It looks like 11:30, 12 o'clock. Right? Just from a shadow. Here the English are trying to look. They got sundials and everything. What time is it? A real Native American could look at a shadow on the ground or look at the sun and say, it is this time. And they're within minutes. They should have more of these experts looking at stuff like this. I don't know. The autopsy. Was it a professional autopsy done on Abby and Libby? A professional forensic autopsy person. That's another big thing. You'd have to ask, did they overlook something? If the autopsy person was not trained for murders and forensic evidence, there's a good chance they missed something. There's tons and tons of things. Johnny, I tried patches. Did you? I got one on right now. I did break down yesterday and have some cigarettes. I'm not going to lie. I did break down and have some cigarettes yesterday. But not as many as I thought. And it did take the craving edge off. But I'll tell you this much, Jeff. I've been eating everything in sight. No, just don't even come around here. I might eat you. Debbie, don't come around here. I'll eat you like a little gummy worm. I'm just eating everything in sight, Jeff. I don't care what it is. Give me a beef sandwich. 20 minutes later, I'm hungry. Last night, about 11 o'clock, I ran to the McDonald's before they closed, grabbed a cheeseburger and a fry. Or no, not a cheeseburger and fry, a McChicken and a fry. Ate that. By golly, it wasn't long before started snacking on some chips. Just get it away from me. It's just, God, I feel so bloated. I couldn't smoke with patch because it would give me migraines. I think it gave me some heartburn. I had a patch on all day yesterday. I took the patch off and I had a couple cigarettes. Like right in a row. That's what I noticed. I'll quit for a day, 3 hours, whatever it may be. But then it's just like you light up a smoke and it's just like you got to smoke 2 of them in a row to get that nicotine back up. But this patch is kind of taking the edge off. And, you know, I'll do my best. If I can cut down to a half a pack every couple days, that would be a miracle. You know, half a pack of cigarettes lasts me all week. That would be a miracle. What about the pot pies? Oh, The Miller pot pies out here. Oh my God, I've gotten addicted to them. Did you see the video I made on them Miller's homemade pies they make at the deli out here? I think it's the Amish that run the deli out here in the grocery store. Oh my God, them pie. Don't get me started. Don't get me started on them. I already had 2 or 3. I think I had 3 of them this week already. Oh, they're great. Debbie loved them. Debbie was like, "Oh my God." Another thing, I need a White Castles up here. I'm done playing this game up here. I got a Portillo's 35 minutes away, but I need a White Castles up here up north. I'm tired of playing this game. If we're gonna bring in food, I'm gonna bring in good food, and that's White Castles. I'm sorry, but I grew up in Chicago on White Castles and beef sandwiches and Italian beef sandwiches and pizza and everything. Thank God they brought out Mr. Patilio. But I got to bring out the castle. I'm sorry. I got to bring the castle up north. No, I don't want to hear no arguments. No, these women are posting down south White Castle chicken rings. They look like onion rings, but they're chicken. No, I've had enough of this racism. We're bringing this White Castles up north here. I'm sorry. Someone get a hold of White Castles branch. Let them know I need a White Castles in this little town. I got 2 buildings out here for sale in this town. Would make great White Castles or a beef shop, beef sandwich shop. I don't know if Mr. Patelios wants to move up north here. I don't know if Pat's Pizza from Chicago wants to come on out, start a little sandwich pizza place. Or bring in the castle and let's do it. Because I can't go on this way no more. No, these women are teasing me with White Castle photos from down south. Oh, here we go with Pedro Williams now. I'm a racist because I grew up on White Castles in Chicago. Now I'm a racist. I'm a racist. You see this in my chat right now, folks? This is racism to its fullest right here. Calling me a racist because I want to eat White Castle hamburgers and chicken rings. This is stereotyping. All because I'm a Heinz 57. A little bit of everything, but I love food. Italian, Chinese, white, Angolian. I love teriyaki. I don't know where that came from, but teriyaki chicken, all kinds of stuff, right? Country fried steak and all this. But no, I'm the racist because I want a White Castles up here. This is unreal. Probably sent an operative undercover to come in here and try and dig up dirt or try and say I'm a racist because I want White Castles up here and up north in Indiana. And I find this appalling. And I'll tell you what, you boys down there in Indiana that went ahead and said the killer was from Illinois. Boy, you folks have blamed the Italian mafia. You blamed the mafia, Mexican mafia. You blame the syndicate, which you idiots don't even realize the syndicate is the Italian mafia. You blame the white race down there. You blamed everybody underneath the sun for the Delphi murders. And now you want to call me a racist because I want a White Castles up here. Idiots. Complete idiots. Complete idiots. If anything, you people might be racist against the white people. I'm not sure. Right? It's all because I'm a Heinz 57. I am white. I'm also Indian. Some people say I'm black, but only the lower half, which that's a bonus. But I'll tell you another thing. I'm a lot of things. French, English. I'm a lot of things. But I'm even an idiot. But this whole thing being racist because I want White Castles is just phenomenal. I've never seen anything like it. I'm down to a half a pack a day just by leaving cigs out in the vehicle. Well, sure, we've grown so big and huge, much like Jabba the Hutt. We don't even want to get up and go to the car to get the cigarettes. It's just too hard. So we just don't, we quit smoking. I understand, Jeff. Yeah, that's what we get. Well, people from Chicago, we eat a lot of food like that. That's what we do. I mean, that's why a lot of us, you see people grilling out here in this dead of winter, but yet the barbecue grills go, well, that's a Chicago dude. You know, we're from Chicago. If we got grills going in the middle of winter, 8 feet of snow, and we're out there grilling with a pair of shorts on and flip flops. Well, he's from Chicago. I can tell you that. But there's a lot of people don't realize a lot of things, and that's one of them. That's a great way to quit smoking, Jeff Polly. Leave the cigarettes out in the car. You know why? Because we're just so big from trying to quit smoking. We just eat so much. Now we're Jabba the Hutt laying around on the couch. Right? Your cigarettes are out in the car. You gonna get up and get them? I don't even understand what he's saying. Someone lift his second chin up so we can hear what he's saying. I think he said he's too tired to walk out to the car and get it. Good idea, Debs. Then Johnny can actually go outdoors. Don't smoke in the house. Still have White Castles in Detroit, I've been told. Nah, Detroit's too far from me up there. It's up north, God's country up there. It's probably about a good 4 or 5 day trip or something. Who knows? I had no idea. I shouldn't have to drive that far to get a White Castles or chicken rings from White Castles. I shouldn't have to drive that far. White Castles should be a nationwide thing. It is these people that came into our country that called the White Castles racist. It was a hamburger place. Oh, you see that place over there? Look at it. It's a white. It looks like a castle. It must be racist. It just must be. Some of the greatest hamburgers and onion rings in the world. Triple cheeseburgers, quadruple cheeseburgers. But don't eat there. It's racist. Why? It's a white place. It's a White Castle place. See, it's Castle White. Everybody knows it's the honkies place. It's obvious these people haven't had White Castles from other countries because they wouldn't be like this. He goes outside all the time, Pedro. I know, they just think I'm a hermit. I don't do anything. I don't want to do anything. I got so many people trespassing on me, all these curses put on me, and Odin spells and everything. I'm shocked I'm alive. Oh boy, I think I got heartburn. I'm hoping it's heartburn. But I think it's from the patch and smoking cigarettes at the same time. Now, I want you folks to pay attention to that shadow because I know you haven't noticed. It's on the move. The shadow is slowly moving. Now, you see the tree line there? Look at the shadows casting backwards. The sun comes up where? From the east. Where's the set? The west. or In-N-Out Burger. I think we got one up in Sturgis, Michigan, about 10 minutes away. Or at least it used to be or no, it was a Hot Now, I think. Hot Now hamburger joint up there. Because I like chocolate cake. Debbie loves chocolate cake. Is that like white cake? So if you like white cake, you're a racist, Pedro? Yes, if you like white cake, you are a racist, supposedly. If you like White Castle's hamburgers, you are a racist. Uh, yeah, I guess so. That's what it. Everything. If you like anything white, you're racist. Even white cars now are becoming. Them people that own white cars are racist. No, everything's. They're all. No, I can't wait. Hopefully the sun comes out here soon. The temperatures go up, so I can get a tan. Right. So I can get a good tan, get some sun, so people stop calling us white people racist. Right. And I got another beef with the African American people. Can you please stop using the N word? I was brought up around military people and other people that you just don't use that kind of word. In the foxholes, they were buddies, they were brothers. We don't use that kind of term here, but you guys do. The African American people, hold themselves down. They still go and say, "Well, that's the name you guys gave it." Yeah, but see, we taught our kids in societies that that's not the type of language. So just because you were labeled that 400 years ago, don't mean it is today. So please stop calling yourselves the N words. Here they are blasting it all over, calling themselves the N words. Now you got white people wanting to be black calling the N words. And now everybody's racist. This is unreal. I can't live it. You got to get this out of my country. You got to get it out of my country. Everything is racist. I love the Washington Redskins. Do you understand? That's why I love that football team, because it was Native American. It was plastered all over the helmets, but then somebody came along and said it was racist. I don't know about you folks, but I used to love the Washington Redskins. The goddamn tomahawk. The whole stadium going crazy with the tomahawk and everything. They are wrecking our nationality. We can't even have the Native Americans, the ones that were here before everybody. We can't even have them have their own football team. I'm sorry for any Native Americans out there that didn't like the Washington Redskins, but I loved their helmets with that Indian on the side of it, and the whole stadium with the tomahawks and everything. It's great. I loved it. But other people thought it was racist. I don't know. Everything is racist. It's destroying our country, the fabrics of life. Racism has always been here since man was created, or at least dropped on earth, or until Satan fell to earth and created this madness of everybody's racist. Well, I think I've had enough coffee, and I think we've done enough on this channel today. You stalk him, I feel like you may be a woman. It doesn't think so. What's going on in my chat? Nice comeback. What did she say? She's pretty good at comebacks. What'd she say? Nobody is racist here, Pedro. Pedro, didn't you go to high school? I will pay your. I will play your little game. Ben, do you have a life besides stalking Johnny? Is he stalking me? I've had women and men stalk me. Listen, I'm not gay. You men out there, I love you, but I don't love you that way. I can tell you that. You women, I do love you, and I do love you that way. But I'm not, quit stalking me. I've had stalkers before. No, then that probably makes sense why every time I come home, my underwear drawer is open and they're all scattered up. Looks like someone's sniffing my skid marks. But right, no wonder it sounds like somebody's walking around in my attic up there. I'm gonna have to start looking for peepholes in my ceilings and everything. That makes sense. It makes sense to me. It makes perfect sense to me. I can tell you what, if you are a woman and you're coming here why I'm not here and you're the one that's messing up my underwear and everything. Right? Don't be shy. Stick around. I might I don't know, stick around. I don't they're gone by the time I was getting home. So I don't know. That's for us men, that's attractive, right? Your stalker. Is she a woman? Yeah, she was sniffing your underwear. I might have to marry this woman. If she can withstand the skid marks, were they clean or dirty underwear? They were dirty. This one, I got to marry her. No, this is the woman for me. No, I'm going to marry this woman. Of course, all my friends are like, "Are you crazy?" No, if this woman could withstand my skid marks in a day after all day sweating in my boxer shorts, and she thinks I'm sexy, and I'm going to marry this woman. I can only hope she don't have a mustache and a beard. I can just only hope. This is the stuff I got to go through. I am more woman than you will ever be, and more man than you could handle. Well, I could tell you this much. If there's something on you that I have to grab a handle on, it ain't going to work. You best get to stepping because I don't like handles on anything of mine. I don't go that. But Johnny don't roll that way. Homie don't play them games. I don't want to hear nothing about a kickstart or a handle on any kind of a woman. Uh, this is the problem with our country. This is the problem. You can play with handles all you want, Pedro Williams, just not with me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is the whole problem with the fabrics of our society built within, that has been woven within our fabric of justice and society. And I'm done with it. I'm making a stand for it. I'm done with it. Notice the shadows on the ground. Look at your clocks right now. Do you see the shadows moving? This will tell you what time these photos were taken, if they were real and not photo op of Delphi Bridge. You see the trees, you see the shadows. But I don't know. You're saying you're a man and a woman. Hold on, I got a phone. You know these hot phones. They might be calling me. I'm not sure. If you are, leave a message. If you're listening right now, go on. Don't be shy. You keep hanging up. Leave a message. Leave a message. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. So, Pedro, are you a he, she? I am here. I am not binary. I don't know what yet. I don't even know what that means. These people don't even know what they are. And that's sad. That's pretty sad. Notice the shadows on the ground. What time is it? Can anybody tell me what time it is? Let me look. It is 1 o'clock p.m. in northern Indiana. p.m. Let's look at the shadows on the ground. Where are they casting? They are starting to be straight up and down and forward. Now the shadow is starting to be cast forward. from that tree. No longer behind the tree. Now it's starting to cast forward. Pedro has both body parts. Well, then you know what you can do. F yada. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. If you're one of them people that have both body parts, um, pick a side and just go with it. I guess I don't know what to tell you. Pick a gender and go with it. Just stick with one. You can't be both. I don't know. Maybe you can. I'm not God. I don't know. I'm not judging you people. It's just I don't roll that way. I'm sorry. I'm pretty fond of the woman's anatomy and body and everything. I just don't do the whole handle thing or kickstand thing. I'm sorry. Nothing against you, Pedro. Oh, God. Look at little Debbie's on fire today. Look at her. Ask Gray about the shadows, Johnny. Oh, if I go in there and ask Gray, I'll know what he'll say. Oh, Johnny. Everybody, why is Gray picking on me? Gray, what do you think about the shadows? Oh my God, do we have to go through this again? Are you people a bunch of idiots? Watch my videos. Oh my God, Johnny. Gray is gonna. All right, I'm gonna pull up my maps right now. Hold on a minute. These people are idiots. I gotta show them everything. Look at the shadows. Here was Richard Allen over here. How could Richard be here and over here at the same time? You idiots. You're a bunch of idiots. Oh my God, Gray. Quit picking on me, Gray. Ah, God, I laughed my butt off. He is good at what he does, but he's funnier than crap when he gets into it. Oh my God, I just went over this. Are you people that dumb that you can't? Let me pull up the thing again. I'm going to have to prove everything again all over to you guys. This is unreal. I think it's funnier than crap. I really do. It's funny when he goes into his thing, right? Or someone asks him a question that he don't like. Great, what do you think about this and everything? I think it was this way. Ah, shut up. This is unreal. Click. Well, I guess he just got connected for some reason. You think maybe it was because you hung up the phone? No, it wasn't. It didn't have anything to do with that. He just disconnection problem or something. I'm not sure about anything. Next caller. Gray, what do you think? Do you really think Richard Allen was the killer and everything? Oh my God. Do I have to do this again? I love when he can't understand chat. Yeah, no, I don't know. What are you trying to say? I'm not sure what you're trying to say. I have no idea what you're trying to say. But let me pull up the mat again. I'll show it. Now I got to show everybody again. Oh my God. Gray, why are you timing me out? Why are you hanging up the phone on me, Gray? Oh my God. Did you see the video of him getting chased away from the Idaho 4 house by the landlord? No. No, I didn't. I seen him taking the video and the drone footage, which he's pretty good at the drone footage of the Idaho 4 case. And did you see that? Everybody, the trap door and great. You know, everybody thinks there's a trap door here. I'm not seeing it. These people are delusional. I'm not saying I was there. I didn't see no trap doors and no whole. Aha! Look at this. Great, wasn't that? See that square there? Oh, these people are idiots. There was no ground tunneling device. There was no skid marks. These people. Let me pull up my pictures again. Got to do everything here. Really, these people they're crazy. They keep harassing me. I'm a suspect in the crime. People always complaining because I'm picking them. Oh, Gray, why are you picking on me? Block me. I think it's funny. He does it. Are them his dogs? Are them his dogs? He's got the cutest these two little tiny dogs running around always on the in the video. Those little munchkins. Jealous? No, I'm not jealous. Gray's pretty good at what he does. He's got a big channel. He makes a lot of money, although he was suspect in the crime. I'm sorry. People made videos saying it was. I seen the videos myself. It's Gray Hughes. You see the glasses and the beard and the limp and it's Gray on the bridge. That's what people were saying in the beginning of the Delphi case, that it was Gray Hughes. And who did that? A YouTuber. I'm not going to mention any names. You know we don't drop names there. I think everybody knows who it was. Somebody was manipulating the footage. It did look like Gray Hughes. It did look like the sheriff. It did look like Ron Logan. It looked like 50 other people. That's how they manipulated it and edited it. Right? That's why people were saying that's Ron Logan. That's Gray Hughes, and it was just madness. Oh, he brought his dog with him, little Toto. I mean, I remember all them videos that were out. We have no idea who Bridge Guy was until they give us a footage of him 5 feet away from the girls, and we got a crystal clear photo. Or they do some magic enhancing or whatever and make that video crystal clear, take all the grain and the sustain and all of it out and give us 100% full, untampered with, unfiltered photo or video that we can say that's Richard Allen, no way around it. Now we have to find out, was Richard Allen part of it? Was he the wrangler that pushed him back? Or did he just keep walking or turn around and left? Went so far past the bridge and turned around and left and went back. We don't know. I can tell you who would know at that time. At that time, who would know that? Well, only the best of the best that had satellite photos. If we had a satellite over that area at that time, we'd be able to tell exactly who was on them trails at what time, where they were positioned, and possibly there was no leaves on the ground. So it would be possible that you would see people and the clothes that they were wearing possible from a satellite photo. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm done with this video for today. If you notice the shadows on the ground, they have moved and now is starting to cast on the side of that tree, but now forward. It's now casting forward or starting to. And the time is 1 o'clock right now. 1:10. So I think the time is prove, the shadow would prove of what time it was. If the video was not manipulated. And no, I am not jealous of Gray Hughes. Good God. I think he's funny in a good way. I mean, a lot of people can't stand him, but uh, I think it's funny, some of the stuff. He does get mad at his viewers or whatever, but who don't? I just think it's funny, though, when he starts calling his chat people idiot. What are you people idiots? Oh, my God. Greg, quit calling me an idiot. Think it's nap time for me. Oh, Miss Brunswick, you lay down. Are you okay? Was anybody picking on her in chat? I haven't even been. I'm looking at the shadows on the ground and the time. I'm not even paying attention to chat. Let me see. Are you okay, Miss Brunswick? Ooh, squirrel. Squirrel. There's a squirrel. Oh, man, I put peanuts out this morning. I bet you he took the peanuts and I didn't get him on film. There he is on the. There he goes. There he goes. Let me check. Son of a gun. Yep. He got the peanuts. They're all gone. There was 5 of them sitting out there on the fire pit on the top of it. He came and snagged them. I didn't get it on film. I was too busy talking about Delphi. Dang it. Dang it. What are you doing, babies? Oh, come on. Oh, look at your baby. All right, come on. What? What? Oh, come on. You want to come up here? Come on. Come on. Here, I'll pick you up. Come on. Oh, I know. You're getting big. Ugh. There you go. What? Oh, listen to you, Pan. You got water? You need some water? Ooh, don't look at my face. Girl, your breath. Ooh. Girl, you need some toothbrush. No, no, you. Oh, now you want to lay down on the couch. Go on. Go on. All right. All right. What Miss Monica do now? Monica, you are cracking me up. What does she do now? She's supposed to be a nice lady. I don't know. These women, they can get they can get angry. They can get they're funny. You gotta you can't. I don't know. I can't say no more. I can't say no more. How's old Frank doing over there, Miss Monica, over at Art of Deductions? How's he doing? I see he took his video down. Well, let this be a lesson to you, young man. Everybody is bridge guy. According to Anthony Greeno last night on his channel, I was watching one of his videos. He was saying, "Have you guys ever heard anybody? Have you been asked or someone come up to you and say, 'Hey, you look like one of the sketches out of the Delphi case'?" You look like Bridge Guy or whatever. No, Mr. Greeno, I can't say that. People been coming up asking us or telling us that we look like the Bridge Guy or we look like one of the sketches. No, I can honestly say that there's nobody saying that about us. But I guess Mr. Greeno last night claimed people been saying to him, he's asking his family members, his sister and everything, has anyone came up to you and say, you guys, that happens to you guys all the time? No, Mr. Greeno, it don't. It don't happen to me. It don't happen to me. I'm sorry, I know you, but it's just crazy. Everybody's Bridge Guy, right? I got people coming to me say I look like Bridge Guy. I look like one of the sketches. I mean, it's just crazy. People are crazy. No, I can't say that because people don't say I look like Bridge Guy. It's just that's not normal, Mr. Greeno. It's just that ain't normal when something this dramatic goes on and people are saying, "Well, you look like that guy." No, that's not normal. Oh, here goes Pedro. See, Johnny is a Greeno fan. I'm not a fan. I have watched his channel before. It's not like I'm going to be voting him into office next week or something like that, or he's on the top of my list of YouTubers or whatever. No, but I can tell that you must be from Mr. Greeno's channel because you sure do come in here a lot and claim that I'm a Greeno lover. And I think we might know what channel you're from, Mr. Pedro, or Mrs. Pedro, or Mrs. Pedro. And I think it's pretty obvious what's going on around here. Uh, but I'm just saying, no, it's not normal, Mr. Greeno, for people to say you look like one of these idiots in the sketch. No, he played it off good though. I mean, that's normal, right? Everybody's going through that, right? You all been questioned or asked or said that. No, I can honestly say I've never been accused of looking like one of the sketches. No, I can't say that. No, it's not normal. It's not normal. But if you folks want to think that, go right ahead. Now I got to get off this contraption. I've had too much coffee, and I got a nicotine patch, and I can tell it's cutting down the. It's taking the urge off of me wanting to have a cigarette. God bless this world. God bless us all. Lord, if you're up there, we could use your help down here on this crazy rock. You folks keep an eye on the footage. Keep an eye on the shadows from the tree. We are at 1 o'clock, 1:13, 1:15 p.m. And there's the shadows. On the ground. And they don't lie. So I don't know what it is. No, I'm not a Greeno lover. I'm not a Gray Hughes lover. I'm not any of these people lover. Well, if we go by the Bible, we are to love people. We love these people, but not sexually. Maybe as a human being, we love these people, but not sexually or even sometimes the way they act. And people think the same thing about all of us. Right? And no, I'm not being gayish. I'm not being gayophobic or whatever or anything like that. No, I'm just telling you what I believe and my beliefs. And, that's about it. That's all I can say. Let's see what these little ladies are saying before I leave. I think he's good. Who's good? Reno? He's good. making videos and stuff, but the reading bodies and eyes, god dang it, hold on. Somebody from Charleston, Indiana. Leave a message. Yes, I'm listening. Go on. Yes. And they hang up. Don't be afraid. Call in. Leave a message or whatever it is. Now, what was I saying? Now my train of thought is lost. Right? Poof, right out of my brain. Greeno doesn't look like Bridge Guy. No. No, he don't. But if you remember what the police said, the people on the recordings might not be Bridge Guy. Bridge Guy might not be the guy or guys on the recording. Just throwing that out there, Miss Monica. Take your can of mace and a small 38 and get in, get your suntan in Florida and get out of there. That's all I can say. And don't drink the water. Oh, wait, is it safe to drink the water again? I know it ain't up here, but it might be in Florida. I'm not sure. You don't want the hot trots once you get back here to the States. Now, where am I at now on this? Oh, I can tell you where I'm at. Nowhere. That's where I am. Nowhere. It wasn't no Viking walking down the bridge in a Viking hat like Zakk Wylde. And folks, leave Zakk Wylde alone. He gets beat up all the time by his roadies and his management team. They're always punching him in the head. He's punch happy. He's been hit so many times. He don't even know what he's doing. They blame him. He's just a young Viking. He ain't got nothing to do with any of this. Quit blaming the Vikings. It wasn't the Vikings. It wasn't. I'm telling you, we're living in this fairy tale land. I don't know what to say. I have no idea. For all we know, it could have been Richard Allen. For all we know, it could have been Chadwell. For all we know, it could have been Harm. It could have been many people that were suspects. It could have been. We don't know what it actually was or who it was without better, clear footage. That's all I'm saying. For all I know, it was the Dalai Lama himself. I'm not sure. The evidence will tell. The evidence will solve the case. And now I rest my case. And I'm going to get off this contraption. I'm going to see if there's any birds chirping out there. It is chilly today. As you can see, people walking with clothes on, jackets and stuff. So even though it might be 40, 50 degrees out, folks, with a wind, even a slight wind, it'll appear to be nippy out. And yes, I did do my own experiment. And I woke up the next day and waited until 11 o'clock, I think it was, to check them clothes. And them clothes were still wet and had somewhat of ice on them, frost. So that would have went on through the day until the sun came out. And maybe started warming up the clothes or whatever to unfrost them. But these people can't even tell us, were the clothes wet? Were the girls wet? Were the clothes wet? That'll tell you if they pass through there, right? That would tell you if they passed through that area. They would have been wet at least up to their knees, maybe waist. We don't know. Maybe they were drowned and pulled up on the shore. We have no idea. Maybe they weren't even there. maybe they weren't even there. They were dumped there, and the bodies were thrown into the river to make it look like something it wasn't. We have no idea. We will know come court date when it all unravels of what they think or what we think or what anybody thinks. The truth will come out in court. Oh, good morning, TS News. How you doing? I'm protesting right now because I'm kind of upset because I don't have a White Castles up north there. All these little ladies down south are posting nothing but White Castle chicken rings and White Castle hamburgers. I'm kind of upset I don't have a White Castles up here. But then Raphael called me a racist because I wanted a White Castles up north there. And automatically he labeled me a racist. Right? That's what he said in my chat. No, you're racist. You're racist because you want White Castles. This is the problem I got. You know what I used to eat in Summit, Argo, Chicago? Giant burritos from Burritoville. Right? Does that make me a racist now? Huh? Because I love Mexican food. Now some people say I'm part Mexican. El Johnny. Right? Now all of a sudden you're racist against me because now I love Mexican food, which I might be part Mexican. I do love tacos. I do. I'm not going to lie. I do love Mexican food. Right? 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 Collard greens and everything. Oh, you must be black. Now you're racist against me because I'm part black, but only from the waist down. Right? It don't make sense to me. Go figure. Good morning, Miss ATS News. We're great. Very possible, Johnny. We need to find out what autopsy says. We need to find out who actually did the autopsy and if these people were professional criminal autopsy, forensic evidence autopsy people. If they weren't, and this was just somebody that was just a regular autopsy guy and didn't do criminal or sexual assault or anything, they might have been overlooked. We don't know. My brother says, hi, Johnny. Do I know your brother? Miss Monica, tell him I said hello. I have no idea who he is, but tell him I said yo. Send some White Castles fast. Tell him I'm growing weak every day. Agree. Who is the medical examiner? Well, I thought it was a woman, but she never did autopsies for criminal stuff. I'm not sure. I don't know. And I'm not saying she's a bad criminal autopsy person, but she might not have ever done a criminal crime autopsy. Like I was saying, they should have brought in the big cheese from Dr. Fuji out there out west who did the autopsy on all these cases out there in California, Dr. Fuji or whatever his name was. Criminal, autopsy, forensic, professional or whatever. He saw you on YouTube while I was having you. You were having me? While I have you on. Oh, have you on. I thought you had me. I was had me. Little Debbie Fox said collard greens were cornbread. Oh my God, cornbread. Collard greens. Is that like oatmeal mush? Is it like oatmeal? I love cornbread. But if I eat cornbread, does that make me a cornbread mafia? Like the Summer Wells case? Huh? Is that what these people are doing? Because the food we eat, now they label us as a... My God, he said he loved cornbread. He must be cornbread mafia. Why? Well, he likes cornbread. That makes sense. Right? Makes sense. Makes sense. He must be cornbread mafia because he likes cornbread. That's what we're dealing with. Collard greens. Oh, is that like? Hold on a minute. This little lady is all over me. Hold on a minute. Come here, babies. Where you at? Come on. You want them? Oh no, it's just like any. She's just like any other woman. She wants attention. What, babies? Well, all right. I'm petting you. All right. You're slobbering all over my couch. Oh, you want your belly rub? Typical woman. She wants her belly rub. All right. All right. Quit licking my sheet on my couch. You're getting wet. No, keep your tongue in your. Look at the wet spot on my sheet. All right, lay down. Oh, you're such a good babies. No, I'm. All right, all right. This, God, she's so temperamental. You gonna do a video today? Are you gonna do a video today? Are you gonna be on camera today? Huh? You gonna do a video today? All right. She might be on camera today. I'm talking to her right now. She's right now. Her tongue's hanging out, slobbering all over my couch. Typical woman, right? Typical woman. What? What? I didn't hit. What? Who? Oh, okay. All right. All right. There you go. You want down? You want down? All right. Jeez. Typical woman. If I stop petting her, she starts barking and whining. What? Is. Oh my God. Can you believe this? What a drama queen. What? Oh my God. What time is it? It's time to eat. It's time. All right, baby. Is it time to eat? Come on. No. Good God. Come on. No, it's time for lunch. She's hungry. Come on, babies. This what you want? Yeah. Go on. She was hungry. Yeah, she's hungry. Typical woman. She just pampered and everything. She might be on video today, later on after she's done eating and takes a nap. She might be on camera and do a video today. The Chronicles of Sophia. Right? Little booger. Although I don't know why she's her tongue hanging out, got little wet spot now on my sheet. Dang dogs. Well, she's very pampered. I'll tell you what, she gets her way. And a typical woman. I mean, it's just, they just give what they want. I'm just here. I'm just here. I'm just here. I'm here for the ride. I'm just a babysitter. I'm just babysitting for a couple days. Little Yorkie, right? Right? Little Yorkie, you can't help but spoil her. Oh, I can help it. Oh, you're dang right I can. But I don't, because then she gets off. Then she's barking, then she gets mad, and then she won't come sit on the couch with me. It's a typical woman. She don't get her way, she throws a fit. Until you give her what she wants. And it's just typical. It's just, I'm used to it. I've been dealing with these women my whole life. right? Attention. It's all about attention. Give that one woman all your attention, man. If you're with a woman, it's the only woman in your life. You give her all the attention, and the rest of the women you just don't see. You don't acknowledge the rest of the women around you. It's only her, and it's typical. It falls over into the dog species, and it's just that's the way it is, men and women. Which I don't know. I'm doing the best I can. I can barely deal with it, but she's gonna eat right now. She's eating right now, and the dog eats better than me. It looks like it's she's on a strict diet, right, of meat. That looks better. I could probably could throw this meat in the frying pan and cook it up. I mean, it's she eats like a king. It's a mixture of meat and dry dog food. It's probably better than what I'm eating. The dry dog food is probably better than what I eat. I don't know. It's just this is what I deal with being a man. But we suffer. Ooh, I got a condor out there flying around. I think the giant. Did you see the wingspan on him? Did you see that shadow go over the ground? It could have been a bat. People are reporting there's a 20, 30-pound bat flying around out here. It could have been the great eagles that have returned back now to our country in America. It could be a buzzard. I don't think so, but some say that. Uh, I don't know. We're just going with it. Better than the dollar store expired hot sauce. That hot sauce is still good. Uh, I know it was only 99 cents at the store. It wasn't even from the dollar store, it was from the grocery store. It was still good. You know how to test hot food, hot sauce. If it's expired and no good, you'll know it in the middle of the night or the next morning when you wake up. Right? This hot sauce must not be good. I'm in a cold sweat, and I don't know what that is in my bed, but it ain't me. That's when you know hot sauce has finally reached its time. I mean, I'm a single dude. We just live by the seat of our pants. I don't know. Some of these bottles and condiments I have in my fridge, I can't even get the top of them off. Right? They've just fused itself to the bottle from all the gunk around it. And people are like, you should throw that away. It's from 1983. It was a good year, and it was a great hot sauce. And scientists say the only thing that'll be left on this earth, if it does go new, will be Keith Richard, McDonald's hamburgers, and this hot sauce. So it's still good. It's still good. Not just cold sweats and everything. That's normal at night. No, diarrhea while you do sleep is normal when you. It's a good hot sauce. It's when you know you got a good hot sauce. What if she's narcissist? She could be a narcissist. Oh, the dog? And we'll see, right? We'll see. Well, if it's well, we know how women can. We'll see. I'm not sure yet. She might be, but better than the dollar store expired hot sauce. Skid, yes, yes. Well, little Debbie was saying I have a stalker, Pedro Williams, and I said that will explain how come every time I go out and come back home, my boxer drawer is open and my boxers are sprinkled all over. And then the ones in my hamper that are dirty, crusty, are scattered all over. And I want to meet this woman. Don't run. Don't be afraid. I want to meet you. If she is here while I'm going ahead and leaving and she comes in and sniffing on my underwear, this is a compliment and I might marry this woman. I wonder if it's Nikki and her duty booty brownie bikini. If it's you, Nikki, don't be afraid. Stick around. It's kind of attracting to us men. To you women, it's how disgusting. But to men, I got to marry this woman. If she can put up with my skid marks, this is a woman that'll love me forever. I got to have her. There's nothing I can do about it. No, I got to get out of here. It was a great day. We got a lot of Nikki haters in our chat, a lot of the Dookie Brown bikini haters in chat. I don't know why. I have no idea why. I'll tell you what, people love hanging out with you ladies in my chat. It's the talk of the YouTube. They love hanging out over here with you two ladies and all the mods and everything. I don't know why. People ask me, I have no idea. They drive me nuts. I have no idea why. The rest of the world loves them. They drive me absolutely crazy. But that's maybe why the rest of the world loves them. But these are real great, intelligent women in my chat. They're really smart women. And that's why a lot of the men don't like you ladies, because you are beautiful, but you have a brain. And that's, some men just, that's a bad combination. That's a bad combo. A beautiful woman with a brain. Ugh. So a lot of men don't like these women. I love them. They're very independent ladies. They're very smart ladies, I think. Beautiful ladies. They're all great ladies. And that's why we love them in this chat. I think that's a good combo. Well, it is for a man that needs a woman with a brain and a beautiful woman. We love these kind of women, right? Here's my checkbook, please. I don't know why it keeps getting all messed up. But figure something out good out of this checkbook, please. Please. I don't know what that is. It's just a scribble mark. I don't know if it's $1.99 or $1,000. I'm not sure. Just figure this out for us, please. That's what we love, these women that are beautiful and have brains. Yes, they can run a checkbook. They make sure all the bills are paid on time and everything. They make sure food is in the house. They make sure they cook the food in the house that they buy before they go out and buy other stuff that they don't need. Why? I don't know. These are the things we need. These are the things us men need. Right? To some of us men, they're heaven sent. To others, demonic, pure evil. The stuff that Exorcist movie was made about. Good God, did her head just spin around and puke green vomit? That's what it looks like. Oh, I gotta date this chick. This woman's wild. That's what they do. Some of these guys, she's possessed by demons. Oh, this chick, I'm gonna marry her. I gotta have this one. That's what some of these guys do. I don't know. The more crazier they are, some of these men love them. I got to get off this thing. I drank too much coffee today, and I'm running low on nicotine. I got the old patch on. No, not this stupid, idiotic Odin patch. It's a nicotine patch. Excuse me for burping. No, I got to go. My comedy bit is done, and keep an eye on Delphi and keep an eye on the shadows in them trees. Boy, are they moving? What time is it? That shadow is casting in front of that tree. It is 1:45 p.m. I think we might have found our little situation. Charleston. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get off this contraption before another spell or curse or something is put on me. I want to thank all of you for stopping in today. You're all great people. Do I have any beef with any of these YouTubers? Nah. I'm the type of dude where people say what they want about me. I just go on with my life. It's no biggie. And I want to thank all the great ladies and all the great mods here tonight. Miss ATS News, Debbie Fox, Miss Monica. I don't know if Miss Cold Truth's watching. If she is, Miss Cold Truth, great live last night. No beefs. No beefs. I wish I did have a Portillo's beef sandwich. I know that. Um, what else? And that's about all the great mods. The women that ain't here, the men that ain't here, Levine and all them. Oh, great people. Little Lori Mishmash, the Mosh, all the rest of the people that are mods are. Oh, the great Bella Blaney. Where is Bella? She comes in. We find Bella, and she disappears. Now she's missing again, little lady. We love you here, Bella. You're welcome here anytime, but if you go missing for any longer, I'm gonna have to put out a bola on you and make sure we find you. You're okay. Check in. We just want you to check in. What time ATS? Because New Brunswick was asking. Oh, I think Miss ATS News is live tonight. I'm not sure. She's not feeling well, right? If she don't go live tonight, she don't go live tonight. She's not feeling well. YouTube does not run her life. And that's what I don't run my life. If I don't want to go live for 6 months or whatever, I won't. If I don't want to go live for tonight, I won't. Squirrel. There he goes, taking that old squirrel highway. There he goes. Don't let these people or YouTube run your life, ladies. You have children, you have husbands, you got dinner to cook, laundry to do, dishes to do. I've seen some of you ladies on YouTube channel. I know you don't have to do any of that. You make your husbands do it. I'm not going to mention any names on this channel, but some of these ladies, dryers, horrible screams coming from as you hear, I'm sorry, honey. I'm not going to mention any names, but some of these women are brutal. Abuse against husbands, possibly. I'm not going to say any names or start anything, but some of these are great ladies, but you just don't want to mention ladies, and you just don't want to. You just don't. I'm sorry. I'm from Chicago. I've seen some crazy stuff and back alleys and madness. You just don't want to mess with some of these women. We're not going to mention any names there. We don't do that here. Miss ATS News goes live 10 o'clock. Is it the Watts case? Are we going over again the bikini of Nikki? And hey, they don't bother me. Right? If we're going to do the brown bikini again, let's go for it. Whatever it be, if it's Watts, it's Watts. If it's a new case, it's a new case. We'll be there because we love our Miss ATS News and her channel. We're here to support her. And Debbie put in gorilla. Foot, poo, and gorilla. I'll tell you, these women are crazy. They're just crazy. You're jealous, ladies. It's just a brown bikini. It's just a brown bikini. I'm sure if you ladies had brown on, you'd make it. We'd be hearing a different tune if these women had the brown bikini on and all of us men were going, oh, wow, look at that. And everyone would be like, hey, that's a great bikini, right? All us straight men are like, what bikini? What are you talking about, bikini? Look at that. Because without the body, you got nothing. Without the woman, well, it's just a piece of cloth. I got to get out of here. Have a good day. I'll be back later, and I have a special appearance maybe tonight. Right now, she just got done eating. She pooped, and she's taking a nap right now. It's typical. This is turning out typical woman. No, you folks have a great night. No, I don't hate women. I don't hate anybody. God bless. I'll talk to you folks later. Thank you all for being here. You all have your own opinion. I have mine. And on this channel, these are only our opinions, our theories, and our thoughts. As well as it's the same thing on all your other channels, unless you have stolen information from the case and the whole time you were leading people on and profiting from the information that you had in the Delphi ongoing murder case. But we didn't do that here. So you folks have a great night. Be safe. God bless. I want to give a shout out to some other channels that can't be here because they're so big, so huge in the crime community. They can't take that chance being seen over here and having a good time. I want to give a shout out to Miss Criminality out there. I don't know what body you're talking about. We see nothing. We love your channel. The great Alex Erickson, the great Melissa Jade. I'm sorry, but I know more about aliens and Bigfoot than you do. I'm sorry, Melissa. And so many. Black Squirrel. Black Squirrel, there he is. Yep, there he goes. There he is. I missed him again. All this Delphi crap, I'm missing all this beautiful squirrel footage and nature footage. Am I missing any channels? The Lab, Crime Web, True Crime Web, that gentleman, he's a great channel. Numerous channels I watch of dudes and everything, and all great and people, and some of the great channels out there and everything. Am I missing anybody, Miss ATS News? Debbie, am I missing anybody? Oh, folks, check out Squirmy and Scruggs channel. Shane. I'm a big supporter of that channel, and he's got an incredible wife. What an incredible woman. And these women can lift a man up, or they can bring him down to the depths of hell. But some of these women are great. He's got a great wife and a great life, and God bless him. A great channel, right? Great channel, Squirmy and Scruggs. And God bless you folks. I'll see you all later. And I'm hungry. Again, I just ate a couple hours ago and I'm hungry again. Who knew cutting down on smoking make you this hungry? But hungry again. All right, ladies and gents, have a great day. Love you. And we'll talk to you all later. Oh, well, I'm sounding like Rena. You all. I got to stay off YouTube. These people are possessing me. They're possessing me. Mind altering. Some kind of it could be, I'm not sure. Demonic witchery, it could be. There's definitely a spell put on me or something. Okay, I'll be back. Have a great day.